Next slide. Wait. Actually, yeah, go back again. I'll do intro and stuff. So everything's live, yeah? Recording. Are we live on every camera right now or what? Okay, so everything's going very well. This is why I need two directors at the same time. Okay, it's 7 o'clock.
Try again. No, this video.
It's 7 o'clock. Just leave it. Is everything on? Yeah, everything's on. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Audio. Okay, listen. I said start again.
Okay, sorry.
Alright. Welcome to Axie Infinity Workshop. Revolutionizing the play to earn in crypto gaming landscape. Alright, next slide. Okay, so many people watching us from the Philippines right now. Taking the Philippines by storm. Of the 1 million people already playing Axie Infinity, at least 400,000 are in the Philippines. So over 40% of the entire game right now in the Philippines. People have been buying cars, apartments, and other large purchases with their newfound SLP wealth. So this right here, SLP, this is what we're going for. Venezuelan and Brazilian, among others, also racing the game. We have a mission to bring the adoption higher in Indonesia. So we're based in Bali right now. That's why we're trying to get as much local talent in Bali as possible. But we're also still very interested in players from the Philippines, from Brazil, Venezuela. All these places are watching my videos that I've put up recently. Okay, next slide. Right, so introducing WOLFSQUADAXIE. This is the name right now of our Axie fund. WOLFSQUADAXIE. We are currently growing a highly engaged community on Discord, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Around 1,000 across all social media right now and growing fast. So right now on Discord, this camera, we're growing as we're doing this video right now. And we have personal connections with other large funds including NFG, Unix Gaming, and Axie Scholar World, all Indonesia based, who may also be watching this video right now. So if you're watching, shout out to you guys. Real value comes from this community with being able to quickly pivot into new games if the current ROI drops for Axie and Axie Infinity. Main focus right now. Secondary income from partnerships, merchandise, YouTube, Twitch, and other platform advertising. So, what I mean by this is right now, with Axie making the most ROI, it's best for us to focus our resources on Axie Infinity players, but if another game becomes more popular, then we have the players to be able to pivot to a different platform. And then, like I just said, secondary income from partnerships, merchandise, YouTube, Twitch, and other platform advertising. We'll get paid for streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and then if we can partner up, do some advertising for other gaming companies can be interested as well. All these opportunities will come with this community. Next slide. Okay, so how much can players earn? Alright, so a lot of people are asking what percentage they'll get of the SLP that they earn. Earnings for playing the game earn SLP. Axies are bought in Ethereum and breeding costs SLP. Leaderboard prizes are paid in AXS. So how much a player can earn in one day depends on the energy level of their account. So we start off 3 Axies. 3 Axies is the bare minimum required to play Axie Infinity. So someone with 3 Axies, 3 to 9 Axies gets 20 energy. They can make 200 plus SLP a day, which right now $50. 10 to 19 Axies, you go up to 40 energy, where you can make 400 plus SLP, about $60 right now. And if you have 20 or more Axies, you get 60 energy, which means you make 600 plus SLP a day if you're a really good player, which is still $90 a day. These are SLP targets and corresponding dollars at current prices of 15 cents per SLP. SLP is the most important variable for investor ROI and player income. So yeah, all the earnings are in SLP, which right now is going down about 13 to 14 cents US right now. So these numbers can change, but we'll keep track of all of that stuff. So next slide. Okay, so what's in it for investors? Due to our headquarters being in Bali, we would like to hire as much local talent as possible. However, we are also sourcing from overseas to scale faster. We can offer 55% return on the SLP produced with investor funds, which is higher than any other fund that I'm aware of right now, whilst also providing a good salary to locals and players overseas. There will be performance pay to retain top-level talent. So anyone who's meeting all the goals consistently and playing every day will get rewarded. They'll get SLP bonuses. And also, if they have a streaming following already, if they already have Twitch followers, YouTube followers, or any other social platform, they can stream and make more money by doing that. Predicted ROI. So, to break it down for the investor, if someone invests one Ethereum right now, which is about $3,000 right now, we could buy 3 Axies at least. So right now with good Axies costing about $600, 3 Axies will cost $1,800. And as for the rest of the $1,200, part of it will go into advertising, part of it will go to the fund, and then whatever's left over we'll keep secured until such time that we reinvest that money into Axies. And like I said, under the control of a good player can make 200 SLP a day, which means 55% going to the investor will mean 110 for the investor. 200 being earned by the player, 110 for the investor, which is currently $15 a day. Thus, at this rate, ROI is achieved in 200 days, approximately 7 months. So I'm saying $15 a day, every day, for 200 days is roughly $3,000. But again, the biggest variable being SLP in all of this. We will require 2 months notice of wanting to withdraw from the fund, and we can make 1 payout in SLP per month to investors. As we go forward, this monthly payment could be 15% of the investment made. We can also take gifted Axies. So some investors who already own Axies, they donate their Axies to us, and they don't need to pay in Ethereum. They can just give Axies, and we'll base it off the performance of the Axies that have been gifted. Alright, next slide. Okay, so getting started. So we take care of all of this getting started stuff when investors come on board with us. So you don't really need to know this stuff, but for players, just to break it down so everything is clear, everyone will have their own Axie Infinity account, and MetaMask and loaded wallet setup is completely different to the Axie account. So Axie login and wallet key is separate and thus secure from outside intervention. All other funds will be held in one trusted wallet account, and we select the Axies from the marketplace or be gifted, as I mentioned. So any gifted Axies, we will value the Axies at current market prices, and we'll decide what they're worth. And then we'll go ahead and pick the best Axies that we think are the best for the game at that moment. Alright, so again, optimal Axie team can vary depending on how many people are using the similar lineup or opposing types of Axies for the main categories. So there are 9 categories right now. I'll go deeper into the game mechanics in a second. Game strategy is to win as many SLP as possible. We will make many educational videos for strategy on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as live streaming. So this is the first time we're going live for Axie right now. And we will make more videos breaking down little things about the game on each of the platforms. Okay, next slide please. Right, so game mechanics and strategy. So as the game matures, the developers are tweaking the game to attain balance in the entire ecosystem. From Axie price to land, breeding, and winning arena mode plus adventure mode. With our team of managers and top players, we will strive to optimize strategy for greatest results. So what I mean by this is that the developers are tweaking each thing So very recently they changed the adventure mode. So now adventure mode doesn't pay as much. So right now the best way to make money in the game is to play as much arena mode as possible. And then breeding is a whole other thing, but right now we believe that arena mode is the best use of resources. But as things change, we can shift resources again. Breeding, adventure mode, arena mode. And our managers will take care of all of that. Our top players know what they're doing, so they will play as best they can, make as much money as they can. Next slide, please. Alright, so the future of the game. The Axie fun value comes from the community itself. So right now, as we're growing followers in Discord right now, and as we're growing followers on other parts in different social media, then that's a big value because we can move into different games, as I talked about. We can pivot to other games if ROI increases with playing them. So that could be Crypto Blades or other games. I'm just putting out examples right now. The managers are constantly aware of what's going on in the gaming and NFT space. So I haven't even touched on NFTs yet, but if you're paying attention, you already know that NFTs are going crazy right now, coming out left and right, making crazy amounts of money. So with NFTs, Axies themselves are NFTs as well, don't forget. So as we breed Axies, we can sell them back on the marketplace to make more money. We can breed super Axies, because the most expensive Axies have been going for 100, 200 or more Ethereum. So crazy like that. Other NFTs, land. So when land comes out with Axie Infinity, then land values can also be a massive thing to make money out of. And again, we're constantly monitoring prices to strategically withdraw and invest SLP, as well as keeping informed of the highest ROI methods in the game. So in-game strategy once again. Next slide. Next slide.
No, this is the last one.
Oh, that's the last slide. Okay. Alright, so right now I've broken down the game mechanics, the NFTs. All of this still depends on the cryptocurrency market, which obviously has done very well this month. It's had a brief pullback as I'm speaking right now today. But we will be monitoring all of these things and making sure that we keep on top of everything, from management to players, everything. So now I'm going to take some Q&As. So we can take questions from the audience. We can take questions from the audience, and we can take questions from people here today. So, do you have a question? No? No questions? Okay. You have a question? No? Anyone have a question about playing the game or investing? Is anyone asking questions Is anyone asking questions right now on any platform? We have Discord, we have, so that's Discord, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Instagram as well, right? And Twitch. So if anyone has any questions right now, someone has a question, I'm sure. Someone has a question. You wanted to invest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your question about investing? Or did I already say? I already covered it? So we can do 55%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is it if you want to play and invest?
Hmm?
If you want to play and invest.
Oh, play and invest. Okay, so if you already own the Axies, then you can still play in your own time as well, and we can also assign a player for when you want a day off. So if you want to play on your account part of the time, you're still welcome to do that, but we need your login so we can give it to the players, right? So if you want to take a day off, then just tell us, we'll get a player on your account that's good, and you'll get 55% of SLP once again. So whenever you're playing by yourself, then that's up to you. But we'll make sure we know when we're playing and when you're playing. Because that's also important, we don't want to get banned either. Because I didn't actually cover this in the presentation yet, but Axie Infinity also has a lot of rules that you need to follow to not get banned. So that's good that we bring this up now, because because that's one of the rules. We need to make sure we're not multi-accounting. So if you want us to play, there needs to be a break between you stopping and us starting. So yeah. Any other questions?
Harus salah satu mati. Oh, makanya harus kumatiin itu.
Any other questions? No? Presentation? Quite short. How much audio have I recorded so far? I've only recorded 14 minutes of audio, so it was pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
That was really fast. We have any more questions? No?
There is no question from the...
No? No one has questions? How many people are watching on Instagram right now? On this phone?
Still on? You want off?
How many people are watching right now on this phone? 4. Right, okay. And Discord?
I'm on Twitch watching.
If I take my phone,
Yes.
well, if I come off camera for a little bit, I'm still recording audio, but if I come off camera for a bit, okay, so they're all watching there. Okay. So a few people joined. If anyone had any other question, okay, so 16 minutes on this camera, it's audio, Discord's still on. Yeah. Well, we finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That was fast.
so far, how many people are doing your game?
How many people are doing the game?
Yeah.
So the entire game in the entire world is over 1 million people now, and over 400,000 in the Philippines. It's growing in Indonesia as well, but Indonesia is still not inside the top 5 countries yet. So that's why we really want to have some people who are even in Bali who can play from the office, stream from inside the office like we're doing right now, but they can also work remotely. So anywhere in Indonesia, they can work remotely. As long as they can play every day as required, then they can work anywhere in Indonesia, or anywhere in the world, so, yeah.
And if people want to join with you, how long can really good for this? So for how long people learn this?
How long people learn the game?
Yeah.
Okay, so depending on whether they already have experience playing online games will factor into this. But basically the game itself isn't too complex. We can teach and give them the material to watch. People should be getting to a reasonable level within 1 week of playing the game, I think. I've seen people learn pretty fast. And again, if they have friends that are playing Axie, or they already have experience in RuneScape or some other online game, they're a lot faster usually to learn. So the game's not that complex. So most people should be able to make at least 100 SRP per day is what we consider the bare minimum right now. So 100 SRP a day is the starting point. Yeah.
I'll ask a question, so something.
Yeah.
What's the minimum if someone gets a rest?
Okay, the minimum investment, we're thinking 1 Ethereum. So 1 Ethereum is enough to buy 3 Axies, and it's enough to buy 3 decent Axies, but that's important as well. You have to buy some good Axies. So right now, 1 Ethereum is the minimum that we'll take for the investment, yeah. And if you have Axies, you can donate them, as I also said.
So she wants to ask at what age we can play this game?
Oh, what age?
Yeah.
Okay, so age you can play the game. Alright, so I'm not actually aware of any legal limit when it comes to Indonesia specifically, if you have to be a certain age to play crypto games or make money with this, or, I mean, we haven't set an age limit for taking in players, but I mean, maybe 18 plus is the limit.
To get a wallet.
To get a crypto wallet,
Yeah, I think you need.
to be 18. I don't know any limits, so if Indonesia has some law where we can't take people under 18, we'll have to make it 18, but I'm not actually exactly sure of the answer to that question right now.
So, and for this game, you can use it in the phone or must?
Yeah. So, alright, so Axie Infinity can be played on tablet, on phone, and laptop. So you can play on any main device. Having a good internet connection is important though, because if you get logged out when you're playing, then you'll lose the game. So, and you won't get logged back in again. So we need people who have a stable internet. It's very important, and who are committed to playing every day, because every day the game energy resets, as I talked about. So the game resets for energy levels. So everyone needs to play their allocated amount in each day. It resets at midnight GMT, which is 8 a.m. in Bali. So 8 a.m. every day starts again. So you need to make sure you play your time within the 24 hours every day to be one of our scholars. Yeah. So if anyone is interested in being a scholar, then join our Discord, join our Instagram at WOLFSQUADAXIE. Yeah, we're on all the platforms I mentioned before earlier in the presentation. So yeah, if you want to learn more, you can follow us on anything and email us as well if you're interested to be a player or an investor. So we're taking both right now. Any other questions? Yeah?
It's possible we get profit from Axie?
Profit from Axie?
I mean, if possible,
Yeah.
I mean, how long we can get profit from the game?
How long will it last for?
Yeah.
Well, the future of the game is going well right now. The game is growing. A lot of people are making money right now. But as I talked about before, the price of SLP has been going down though, which could be a little bit concerning, but the developers are going to be taking care of all the mechanics of the game. So hopefully SLP price comes back up again. We can't say this for sure, but right now it's 13, 14 cents. So this is an important part, but as I said before, if Axie becomes unplayable and not worth the money anymore, we will change into other games. So once we have a community of players, we can learn how to play new games, and we'll make sure that our managers are always tracking what's going on in the crypto space.
So this game can pay with the crypto too, yeah? This game, I mean, like for deposit, can use it a crypto too?
Yeah,
Sure.
So this game is all about crypto, yeah.
I have a question from TikTok. So can we play this game with my friend, like a game Mobile Legends and PUBG?
Huh?
I mean, like this game can play with my friend, like a game Mobile Legends or PUBG.
I mean, they're not exactly the same, but all of these online games have they have their own. Well, okay, so PUBG and all these mobile games, I don't play them, so I can't comment exactly. But Axie Infinity, a lot of people say that it's like Pokemon and chess, mixed together. So if you watch YouTube videos, you'll see what the game is actually like to play. Yeah, so it's not really like PUBG, but PUBG is pretty different. But if you have experience playing games, then you're a lot more likely to be good at Axie Infinity, is probably what is more accurate to say. Yep.
Another question. How and when we pay the player / the investor?
Okay. So we're going to do monthly payouts. So
So like for something like that.
yeah, we'll set up dates to give the investors one payment for their investment, and the players to get paid their playing SLP as well.
And you pay for the SLP.
Yeah, we will try to keep things in SLP, because also SLP is the main currency of the entire ecosystem, effectively. And also, if everyone has a Ronin wallet, then we can exchange crypto without having to pay fees. So if you have a Ronin wallet already, you'll save money by having that Ronin wallet and getting paid by us by using Ronin wallet chain in SLP.
You pay for one SLP.
Well, everyone can cash out their SLP whenever they want. If you want to keep your SLP in our wallet and keep playing with it, you're welcome to do that, because if you believe SLP will go up again in price, then you're better off to not touch it now, right? Because if you keep your SLP invested, then it'll be worth more when you withdraw, right? So it depends on the investor, it's their choice.
Oh, no, I got it.
No? So we will pay up to one payment per month. But if you want to keep your SLP in the game,
Okay, so you just
Yeah.
add it to the total.
we'll keep track of your investment. Yeah, we'll keep track of everything from the investor point of view. We'll be managing everyone's investment separately.
Okay, and then one more question. Let's say you invest 1 Ethereum or 2 or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you want to withdraw at some point.
Yeah.
You're gonna withdraw in Ethereum. Even if the price will Ethereum
Yeah.
will 10x, you will pay 10x more.
Well, the initial investment will be in Ethereum,
Yeah.
right? And then the investor has to give us 2 months notice to withdraw as well. This rule.
Yeah, this I understand.
So after that, if they still want the payment, then yeah, they'll get paid back in Ethereum. Like the earnings are in SLP, but the investment is in Ethereum.
But you will pay back in Ethereum whatever.
It's up to them. It's their choice.
No, I'll give you an example. 1 Ethereum now 3,300, right?
Yeah.
And then let's say in 6 months you want to withdraw something, it's let's say 5 grand.
Yeah.
And you withdraw it with Ethereum, you're gonna pay.
Well, we'll sell the Axies because they invested in Ethereum,
Yeah.
and then they buy Axies, and then they belong to the investor essentially, and then we sell the Axies.
Okay, so you're gonna go with the price of the Axie from your investment. So let's say the Axie crash, like, I just want to see like how you're gonna keep track of it.
Yeah. All these questions, like, that's a critical point. Like, we will talk to each investor and make sure we all agree on stuff.
Okay.
Because yeah, this is important for cashing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're investing, but like how you keep track.
Yeah, people can choose Ethereum, SLP. We will talk to each investor and make sure we know the plan going forward. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this one too.
How long has the camera been on now for?
27.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah. You have another question?
Can you show
us the game?
Oh, show us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So showing the game. I'll quickly hop over to the channel.